You will never get more in this life if you feel guilty about having more. If you feel like you having more means other people have less. You will never be able to get the treatment you want, the partner you deserve, the looks that you desire, anything you desire, if you feel that that has to come at the expense of someone else. And the reason why a lot of women feel that whatever it is we want is not something we can get, it's something we need to feel guilty about wanting, is because we've been raised in a society that teaches us that everything comes at a cost. Yes, it might come at the cost of you cutting out people from your life. It might come at the cost of you changing things in your life, but it does not come at the cost of other people not being able to get something. It does not come at the cost of people not being able to have a good relationship because you have one. It does not come at the cost of people not being able to be beautiful because you are. It does not come at the cost of people not being able to take care of themselves because now you take care of yourself. You are actually not that important in the grand scheme of things. And I'm not saying that to tell you that you are not worth anything. You're worth everything. But people can do and get everything they want if they decide to. And the reason why you haven't is because you have decided that whatever it is you get in your life is dependent on how other people have it. It's dependent on what you do for other people. People pleasing will set you back light years from getting everything that you want. And that is exactly why patriarchy teaches women to submit to people pleasing, because if patriarchy can teach women to submit to people pleasing, that means women can never actually inhibit, use, and transform that power that they truly have within themselves, because they're constantly giving that power away, and they're constantly made to feel guilty about having that power, which means that they're constantly trying to give it away because they feel uneasy if they have too much power. That is exactly why when women are left alone, when women don't have a boyfriend, when women are suddenly trying to do things on their own, when women are cutting out the friends that they have that are no longer really their friends, sometimes they feel uneasy. Sometimes they feel like the world is crashing down around them. You know why it feels that way? It's because you are suddenly holding all of your power that was keeping everyone else standing up. Because people will always use everyone else's power to stand up as support if it's given to them. That does not mean that they do not have the power within themselves to be able to realize what they need to realize and get what they need to get. But a lot of the times we're guilted into believing that, because a lot of people out there don't want to do what they need to do to get what they need to get. And you might actually be someone who is going through exactly that right now. You are not doing exactly what you need to do to get where you need to get, to go where you need to go, because you're still stuck thinking that what you need to do, who you need to be, what you do, who you are, needs to be in accordance to what other people want. It needs to be in the circle of people pleasing. Let me tell you one thing. You can manipulate things around you so that you will be given much more. Given and given. People will be at your feet trying to give to you. You know what this is? Understanding the power of how society works. But this does not mean you have to give and give and give and give to get a little bit. And that is exactly how women have been raised to believe they need to be. They believe in ultimate reciprocation. What does that mean? It means that if we give out of the goodness of our hearts, out of love, to get love, to find love, to be loved, that means that we're going to get back. That is a lie. That is what men That is what society, that is what patriarchy does, so that we pour out of our unlimited cup to the point where it's drained, where it cracks. And other people that take from your cup, their cup will never actually be healed unless you let it dry. It's like clay. If you keep pouring water on clay that is broken and brittle, that has cracks in it, you can never put glue between the cracks because the water will not make the glue stick. You think you're pouring into other people, which is going to help them grow? You think you discovering that you can grow means that now you have to pour into other people? Their pots are cracked. Their pots are cracked. Whenever you pour water from your cup into theirs, it's running right through. It's not going to be able to heal their cup. They're not willing to heal it. They just want the feeling of the water running through. This is why they're craving your energy. This is why they're craving the energy of women. They're craving the energy of femininity because they haven't healed their own femininity. That is why they damn femininity. That is why they curse femininity, while in reality they need femininity to survive. That is why they crave femininity. That is why they want femininity in their life. That is why they leech on femininity just to leave it behind when the femininity has been drained out of that person. That is why women are often feeling that when they're in a relationship with the wrong partner, they are drained. They lose their beauty. They lose their spark. They lose their personality because that entity is draining that energy because they're not willing to heal that own part of their own energy. Yes, you heard it right. It's not just about masculine and feminine energies. It's about healing both. And a lot of the times, the reason why us women are not able to get the things that we want is because we haven't healed our masculine energy. What? I said that? We haven't healed our masculine energy. What we do is that we go on the internet, we look up feminine energy content. We look on how do I do to get feminine energy this, feminine energy that. While in reality, we should look in the mirror and say, thank you, my masculine energy. Thank you for protecting me, acknowledging it. You know how a man does more for you when you acknowledge what he did for you, when you say, thank you so much for taking care of this. Thank you so much. He feels happy. He feels healed. He feels strong. He wants to do more for you. He can relax in his masculinity. A man will want to move mountains for you when you praise him for having taken care of you, when you praise him for protecting, providing. You need to praise that part of your masculinity too. You need to praise that part of your masculinity that kept you safe, that tried to protect you all of these years. If not, it will constantly be trying to guard you so that you cannot let your femininity flow. You cannot relax, rest in your femininity. You will have heightened cortisol because your femininity will never have anywhere to be. Because there's constantly the masculine. We're not talking the healthy masculine. We're talking the toxic masculine. A lot of women have that toxic masculinity because they believe that in order for them to get a woman, they need, that's the male version of that. Men that have toxic masculinity, they think that in order to get a woman, they need to be the true big masculine, while in reality, the true masculine is protective. The true masculine is providing. The true masculine is actually understanding the value of the feminine. If you don't understand the value of the feminine, which means you haven't healed your feminine energy, you will never be able to give peace to that feminine energy. The same way, you will always attract toxic masculine men if you have toxic masculine tendencies within you. Yes, girl, I said that. Because you will be the toxic masculine, and the only way you can attract something is attracting what you already are. This is exactly why women end up feeling that whatever they need to do has to be at the expense of others. Whatever they need to get has to be at the expense of others. Whatever they want in their life has to be at the expense of others. Because that is how the toxic masculine moves. The toxic masculine believes that everyone needs to serve him without getting anything, without them getting anything in return. And when you're saying, I don't want to do this, I don't want to break free, I don't want to get what I need to get because I'm afraid people are not going to be able to get anything in return, it's your toxic masculine telling you that you haven't healed me. You need to heal me. And you need to do it now, or else you'll be stuck.